Welcome to my channel. This is an indication of some of the things that I cover on a regular basis in my videos. If you haven't already subscribed, please feel free to do so, and don't forget to click the little bell so that you'll get notified of future videos. Please feel free to share my videos on your social media, and I hope you enjoy the video which follows.
Well, hello everybody. Chef Dale here again. There's a joke. I watched a video just recently that somebody that I follow on Facebook put up. It's a video done by a professional chef making herb butter. And that got me thinking, this time of year I have lots of herbs, so I decided I'll try to do the same thing. In the past I have made some herb butters. I think I've made one with mint that I used on garden peas was very good. And every year I always make parsley butter because I love that on new potatoes, but I have never made one with so many different kinds of herbs in it, so I'm anxious to see what that's like. I'll bring you over and show you the herbs. I've got my Tim Hortons mug here. I've been around the garden clipping herbs everywhere. Well, I've got a pretty good selection. I think I can name them all as we go through here. This is garlic chives. These are my Asian chives, very much like the ordinary chive that we grow, only they're larger. This is fennel. This is dill. French tarragon. Rosemary. This is one that I'm growing, well, I guess I did grow it years ago. It's been a long time since I've grown it. That's cutting leaf celery. It's not actually a celery plant. It doesn't produce any celery stems any larger than what you see there, but it has a good celery flavor. Sage, Moroccan mint, Italian parsley, and these I grew last year and dried. These are Aztec chili peppers, really quite hot, but I'm going to add a couple. I'll crush those up and add those to the mixture as well. And I have one stick of unsalted butter. It's been out at room temperature, so hopefully I'll be able to mash it and stir it. It's been out for quite a while at room temperature. So let's get started here. Well, as I said, I'm using unsalted butter, but I'm going to add salt and pepper at the end anyway. So if you are content with the amount of salt in your salted butter, you can go ahead and use that, I guess. This is the garlic chives. As you can see, my knife skills are not like a professional chef's knife skills at all. So far, I still got all 10 fingers. And the Asian chives. Once I get these things individually chopped, I'll put them in a mound anyway and re-chop them finer. That's probably enough of those. And the fennel, I'll strip that off of strip the fronds off of the stem. Stem's probably kind of tough. Dill, it's quite tender, so I'll do that stem and all. It's just a small tender plant, actually growing quite slow for some reason this year. I did dig it up once and transplant it. Maybe it didn't like that. Love the smell of it though coming up. I love dill. To keep you in the picture. I'll do the same thing with the rosemary. I'll just strip some of the leaves off. Stem can be quite woody, although I cut the new growth. It isn't an older part of the plant, so I guess it wouldn't be too bad. French tarragon, it does have quite a woody stem, so once again I'll just take the leaves. Cutting leaf celery. Some sage. I won't put all of that sage in, just take some ends off of the leaves there, I guess will do. I can't get sage to overwinter just in my regular garden, but for a number of years now it has been in the greenhouse, hoop house, and comes back beautifully every year. So, lots of sage. And this is my Moroccan mint. I won't put a lot of that in either. Mint can be quite overpowering. It smells good though. I love the Moroccan mint. Last but not least, Italian parsley. I will chop on this for a while and bring you back once I think I have it chopped up fine enough here. I will try to look up occasionally to make sure I haven't moved the bowl completely out of range here, but the butter is quite soft. I can mash it, so that's good. And I finished chopping the herbs quite finely. If you don't like this combination of herbs, of course, you use whatever you have in your garden or whatever combination you might like to use. I was just intrigued by all of the different ones that this chef put together. That was my 2 chili peppers, the last thing that I added there. Chopped those up a little too. Noisy. Put something under that, I guess. Such a banging noise. As I said, I'm going to season it anyway with a little cracked pepper and a little sea salt. I'd like to get just a little taste, see what I think of it. That is very tasty, of course. All those herbs. Can't wait to cook with it and see what it's like. I do have something in mind for dinner this evening, and I'll finish the video by showing you that with some of the herb butter on it. But right now I'm going to get it wrapped into sort of a cylinder so you can freeze it for a bit. I'm going to try doing this with, as you can see, a piece of plastic wrap. You could use wax paper just as easily. The idea being here is I will hopefully get this into something like a cylinder. And then I'll put it in the freezer for a half hour or so that when I bring it out of the freezer I can cut it sort of into, well, I guess mine's going to be kind of square, cut it into sections, and then you can refreeze it, and the sections are easier to get at when you want to use them, and it would last for several months in the freezer, whereas in the refrigerator it might tend to spoil after a week or so. So I'll bring you back when it comes out of the freezer, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do for dinner. Well, the butter's been in the freezer for, well, I don't know, not much over half an hour, I don't think. It's nice and solid anyway. If I can get it to unwrap. Has to be a seam there somewhere, doesn't there? Found it. And all I intend to do is just cut it into pieces that I think I would use, rough size. Just pop those in a freezer container and put them back in the freezer and use them as I need them or want them. I'll be using one shortly with dinner, and I'll show you what that's all about in just a second. Well, dinner is a piece of wild-caught Pacific salmon with some of the herb butter on it, and a salad made from my butter crunch lettuce fresh from the garden, and a homemade vinaigrette, which was what, red wine vinegar, olive oil, Dijon mustard, salt, pepper, and a bit of honey. And I'm going to have some cheese on top of that if I can figure out this grater. The cheese I'm using is Grano Padano. And I didn't make this cheese myself. Quite a few cheeses I haven't tried. I haven't tried making Grano Padano, and I haven't tried making Parmesan. I would like to at some point, but so far I haven't got the nerve. I didn't cook it in the butter. I put a piece on it as the last few minutes so that it would start to melt in the heat on the fish. And I actually put a cover over the pan while it was on there. But anxious to see what it tastes like with the fish. Oh, I really like that. I can pick out the tarragon, definitely the dill. That is a lovely combination. And I hope you'll give it a try with whatever herbs you like personally. I used almost everything in my garden, I guess. I still have 2 or 3 that aren't in that. Oregano for one. I was thinking of something else a while ago that isn't in it. Can't think what that is now, but there's still a couple of herbs available that I haven't used yet. And the salad is very good too, but I love the fish and I love it with this butter on it. Very good. I don't eat chicken. I do eat seafood. I don't eat other meat, but I think that would be excellent on chicken. You don't need to hear me smacking and eating. I'll close this down. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you'll give herbal butter a try.